everyone, Cartoon Trash Productions here. Recently, after a really long delay, the Amphibia Season 2 finale, True Colors, finally premiered this past Saturday. Oh man, it wasn't good. It was jaw-dropping. Probably one of the best cartoon season finales I've ever seen. Not just a 2021, not just a Disney, ever. Like, wow. Obviously, there's going to be spoilers here, so please don't watch this video if you haven't seen the Season 2 finale. But before I can talk about the finale and what's next for Amphibia, I have to talk about the show's backstory so you can understand what I'm getting at. So, as we all know, the Calamity box transported Anne, Sasha, and Marcy to Amphibia on Anne's 13th birthday. However, there's a prophecy surrounding the Calamity box. So as you can see, the gems are blue, green, and pink. Blue for Anne, green for Marcy, and pink for Sasha. And when they charge up their gemstones, they gain supernatural powers and their eyes glow their respective colors. There's also a prophecy associated with it called stars. As follows: 3 stars burning bright come from beyond to expel the night. Should they fight and embrace the fall, their choice will determine all. Marcy represents wit, Sasha represents strength, and Anne represents heart. And if they charter the Calamity box, they can successfully go home. However, the person who got the Calamity box in the first place was Marcy all along. Apparently her parents wanted to move away from where they were currently living, and she didn't want to be apart from Sasha or Anne. So she helped steal the Calamity box from the thrift store they found it at, and she knew what it would do. Her knowledge of tabletop RPGs and video games inspired her to want to explore with Sasha and Anne. However, they were separated when they arrived to Amphibia, as they appeared in 3 different places, and didn't get together until much later. So yeah, Marcy did have selfish intentions with the Calamity box. But understandable, no one likes moving away from a place where they like to be, where all their friends are. And Marcy's pretty lonely. She doesn't seem to have any friends outside of Sasha or Anne. Also, King Andrias, the king of Utopia, where Marcy ended up, was manipulating her all along. He wanted to use the Calamity box for his own nefarious purposes, to conquer the multiverse. And just to show how evil King Andrias is, he dropped Sprig out the window, out of his floating castle, to his doom. This isn't the most intense scene in the episode. We'll get to that in a bit, but it was still really dramatic and really sad. We see flashbacks of all the good times Anne spent with Sprig, how she was his first real friend due to Sasha and Marcy's toxic influences. How we saw their relationship grow over the course of the show. Anne's character development, which is vital to the plot of the show all along since it helped her recharge her stone. Then she goes Super Saiyan so she can save Sprig. Wow. Just wow. What a beautifully animated, action-packed scene. Now, we arrive at the final scene of the episode, which was so intense that it was the whole reason that the episode was delayed. And so Disney had to put a console warning before the episode began, because it was so scary for younger viewers. Just as the gang is about to leave Amphibia, minus Sasha because she has to defeat King Andrias. King Andrias, quite literally, backstabs Marcy with his flaming sword. Yes, they allowed a child to get impaled on the Disney Channel. Now she apologizes, then succumbs to her death. That's right, a child died on Disney Channel. And in a mood whiplash, the gang wakes up back on Earth, in the middle of the city. After the episode ended, we got a preview of what's to come in Season 3, including the Season 3 theme song. So, plantars end up in the middle of the city, back on Earth, and are now living with Anne and her family. in a wacky, sitcom-esque opening. Yes, Anne may have gone back home, but the show's story is far from over. We still need to defeat King Andrias and his army, as well as bring Sasha back home and Marcy back to life somehow. As I said before, Sasha and Grime stayed behind in Amphibia to defeat King Andrias, and we noticed the residents of World were looking very angry. They're not angry at Sasha or Grime. They seemingly have a better opinion of them. I mean, none of them were mad when Sasha showed up for the talent show in the Battle of the Bands episode. I wouldn't blame them for being suspicious of Grime though, but I'm sure he'll work his way to redemption just like Scarlet did in Kipo. Then we see King Andrias. He's keeping Marcy in a tank on life support, so she's not actually quite dead. Good thing they put this too. Not only was the new theme song great, but also shows us that Marcy isn't dead. Of course, it's Disney, what you expect. Judging from the mechanical parts on Marcy, I think that Andrias is going to turn her into a robot or an android of some sorts. Like Zane did in Season 3 of Ninjago. Andrias can't kill her because he still needs her to fulfill his own evil agenda. So at one point, King Andrias is going to send his missiles to Earth, where Anne will go Super Saiyan again. So the theme song gives us a good idea of what we're going to expect in Season 3. I bet this will even be darker than Season 2. I don't know if it could be topped, but I'm sure it will. Because Matt and the team are awesome. So there's going to be an equal balance between the sitcom plots at home, Sasha holding down the fort in Wortwood, and whatever Andrias is up to. Amphibia Season 3 will also be the last season of the series, because Disney's allergic to 4 seasons to cite their 4-season rule, which applies to all shows except for Bunks for some reason. Why does it get special treatment? Either way, I'm really excited to see how Season 3 of Amphibia will go. Share your thoughts, comments, and theories below. I'll see you guys next time.